I'm Kyle.
And I'm Ryan.
So we're LVC graduates. We graduated in 2020. We were digital communications majors, and then we both had business minors as well. About 2 years ago, we started our own company. They're a creative studio, and we do all things graphic design, video production, website development, marketing, all that kind of stuff. But obviously today we're going to be focusing on, our graphic design and just the brand building experience that we have and that we could share with you guys.
So here we are. This is all three of us. It's me, Kyle, and the guy with the camera with our allies. So we each have, our specialty. We each pretty much take a category. While there's a lot of collaboration, we each have our specialties. And today we're going to talk about, branding. So for starters, here's a little glimpse into our brand. The color, the fonts, the style. You already have a little bit of a message that's communicated to you just through this alone.
What is a brand? I'm sure most of you know what a brand is. Maybe you don't know what the original definition of a brand is, which is actually the mark that they burn on the livestock, just to be able to identify and differentiate livestock and know who's who's. So that makes a lot of sense for what a good brand does, really. It helps identify, helps differentiate, it helps people know what it is and what it does. It's obviously comprised of a lot more than just the mark, just the logo. It's like the name, the visual identity, which is logo, colors, fonts, imagery and whatever, like everything that's visual, even like the purpose of the goals of the company, the individual, the values, the tone that they use, the narrative or the stories that they tell and share, the way that they position themselves in the market. And this is a not extensive list, even there's a lot that goes into building a good brand.
So to begin, you start by thinking about what sets you apart, what makes you unique, how you're different from other people.
Target a specific audience and speak to them directly.
Think about the audience that you want to target and why people would share to listen to you. You think about who you are, the message you want to share, the people you want to reach, and then you work to portray yourself clearly and effectively through your visual identity.
It comes down to the colors, the fonts, the imagery, the narrative, the stories, like we were talking about. A lot goes into building a good brand.
Other than the visuals just looking good, they do have to actually connect with the source. They have to connect with the brand. They can look good and not get the message across, and it's still not doing what you want it to do. They have to be true to the brand. They have to communicate effectively. Really can't stress that enough. Because you have an idea of who you are and what you want to communicate, but are your visuals and branding accurate? They're actually getting that out to people that are seeing you for the first time and have no idea.
The two most important things probably are consistency and memorability. To get people to notice you first of all, and then get people to remember you.
Other than that, you have to make sure it looks good. Visuals are so important. People will just scroll past stuff that they're not interested in.
Nobody's going to notice your brand isn't unique, and nobody's going to remember you if you don't stay consistent with your branding. I bet that even if you guys don't know any of the three musicians up there, you would know exactly what kind of music that they create. That's what a good brand does. You would know exactly what kind of music and what kind of vibe they give up just from the way that it looks, just through colors and fonts and imagery, like style.
Yeah, photography. You could get the names off of all three of these. Take off AC/DC, take off Tim McGraw, and just look at the identity, the style, maybe the song names themselves. All that communicates so much more through words, and that's what a good visual identity will do. It reaches people without having to talk to them. It evokes emotion without having to tell them why they feel a certain way. So it connects with people on a deeper level than just telling them what you do. A solid visual identity can make artists, businesses, anyone look much more legit. It gives you credibility than just a DIY design if you go on Canva or AI logo maker or whatever it is. It greatly improves your perceived value and your position in the industry when they see professional marketing materials and promos and branding. They think, who's this guy? He must be someone serious. He must be a true artist. He must have put time and effort into this. I bet he puts the same time and effort into his music. I bet his music is high quality like his graphics are. I'm going to give it a listen. So a solid visual identity is that first touch point with people in this day and age. Brands, they have a million touch points now, right? With social media, with print materials, with meeting people in person, with promotional items. This Apple Park that they had now, I don't know if any of you guys have seen that. It's like 100 acres. It's this huge circular-shaped office that houses like 12,000 employees. And even the building itself is something that communicates their brand to people. It's modern and it's unique in the test environment. In the middle, that it's circular, but your visual identity has to communicate the tone and the flavor of your product. I'm curious if anyone's ever seen, I remember seeing a picture of a blue Coke can. I think some other country has blue Coke cans. And that's just unsettling and to see that all up because it's such a disconnect from what we're used to. And people wonder, is that the same Coke that's in there? Who knows? Who would buy it? Who would want to drink it when you don't have the consistency? It's almost like people don't trust you because they say, why would he change what he's been doing for so long, change what we've all come to know and love?
Part of the reason Coca-Cola's become so successful and is so recognizable is because of the consistency.
Because that's what a good brand is. It's an identity. It's something that people connect with. It's something that evokes emotion. It's something that people will remember. And then there's consistency so that when they see it again, they recognize it. It's hard to view yourself objectively to see how other people are going to perceive your brand. So it is important to ask for help and specific feedback along the whole way. And there's a million tools out there now that can do this. I don't know if you guys know, you can put images in ChatGPT and ask it to explain it back to you. And then you can see, is my message clearly communicated or are they figuring something else out by looking at this? Just getting feedback from a variety of sources.
Friends or family, experts, obviously the best.
Asking people on the street, whatever you have to do, just to get feedback is important at the beginning. And definitely be open to the harsh truths too. The feedback is good as long as it comes from a place of love and respect. But we went through this. When we would take our branding classes, our professor would rip us apart and say, this is what it communicates.
To hear that you're not really sharing your message accurately, that kind of feedback is good even if it's hard to hear. And that's when you adapt and make something new, and then you ask, okay, what kind of vibe you did from this? Is this getting my message across?
It's being open to feedback. People are going to give you feedback even when you don't ask for it. Just smile and learn from it if you can. The friend or the family member that doesn't care will say, oh yeah, it looks great. That's not helpful. There's so many benefits to getting feedback and specifically working with experts or a creative agency, someone to help you along the way or even do a lot of it for you. Someone with expertise reaching your target audience. When you're starting, you probably have a constraint on time, budget constraints. You probably have limited skills, limited knowledge. You're just figuring it out. It's hard to do it all alone. When you work with a creative agency or a professional in the field, it's a lot of your plate. You have more time to do what you want to do. And when you work with a creative agency or an expert in the field too, you had all sorts of access to their resources, to their networks, to the people that they know. They'll give you a professional, outside, unbiased perspective. A visual identity will be strong. It will create a good first impression with new people. It'll be consistent, it'll be visually appealing, it'll reach across all platforms and touch points so people recognize you, and this will give you a competitive edge over other people who try to do it themselves or who have a friend do it for them. We've heard it all. Oh, my niece does it, she can do it for cheap or whatever. It's important to find a right agency or person who can do this for you, who will do a good job at it, because while you're experts in their field, there's experts in the field of branding that'll give you a leg up on everyone else. Here's our piece of advice. Don't wait, get started today. There's no barrier to answering. A lot of times it is you that's holding yourself back. Get started, listen to feedback, learn as you go. You don't have to have it figured out before you start.
The importance is just getting started, and you're going to figure it out along the way. Some people, they try to wait until they have everything all together, but you don't have to do that. You just got to get started.
Everyone starts really small. Apple, Google, Microsoft were all started in a garage. We were effectively started in a garage too. Where Rolling Stones started as a cover band. And we've all heard Michael Jordan got cut from his high school basketball team. Everyone starts small, and there's going to be obstacles. It's an uphill battle. People won't care about you at first when you're small. Everyone starts small, but it's the consistency and it's continuing. That's what's important, because if everyone could do it right away, then everyone would do it right away. It is an uphill battle, and it's almost better that it doesn't come right away, because then everyone would have it. So it's staying consistent, getting started, it's putting into action. That's what's important for building a brand.
It's crazy where you can go if you just keep going, keep building, keep growing.